Osibyo tyano omulungi ali ku Channel 44 tukwaniza mu kitundu kyaffe eky'amawulire aga 44 Olweggulo. Weebale kubanga otulindiridde okutuusaako amawulire gano ennaku z'omwezi ziri 22 omwezi guno ogwa Museenene oba gwe 11 omwaka gwa 2023. Nze muzaana wa Kabaka Erius Namugambe okutuusaako amawulire gano. Amawulire gaffe ngatandise n'omukulembeze w'eggwanga Yoweri Kaguta Museveni asisinkanye abakakiiko akavunaanyizibwa ku by'obwenkanya wano mu ggwanga nga bano babadde bamuyitirako mu bimu mu ebyo bye bazze batuukako naddala mu mwaka guno nga bwe bategeeragana nti babengako bye batuukako ate era babimutegeeze mu buli mwaka gw'ebyensimbi.
Because that's the problem of Africa. When you hear that all these countries are collapsing, they can't even maintain security because the economy is not growing. The economy is not growing because there are two problems. One is exporting raw materials, no value addition. To develop infrastructure, we are not going to relax. We are going to build a new dam called Olweggulo, 840 megawatts. We are going to build it with some group connected with the religious people. We are going to build, I was discussing with the UAE, they want to build 200 megawatts of solar in Bulamburi, but with a price of 5 cents per unit. So we are continuing to build those dams. We are not going to relax. There was even people wanted to do geothermal, but the Americans are frightening them, but they will use different funding. And we are working on the SGR. So strategically speaking, we are targeting having cheap electricity and cheap transport. Because these are the crucial ones. PDM is moving well, but we have now had a problem of seeds, that people are selling just fake seeds, because when the government pulled out of Abantu Bange, the ones who are supposed to be distributing seeds had become the seed growers now, with the very dangerous fear of gokorako golyako oba kantu ako kanako maddi bannange.
The CEO Forum is now ready and in position to suggest and nominate the key representatives that can add value to these business excursions. Your Excellency, we are extremely grateful for the opportunity to regularly meet with us as private sector to address pertinent issues. It is a reflection of your commitment to private sector development, sustainability, and aspirations for a secure future.
The extra large industrial customers or consumers, these are about 46 industrialists who are currently consuming 28% of the total electricity. Only 46 farms are consuming 28%, and the rest of the domestic consumers are consuming about 21% of the electricity. These ones are enjoying a preferential tariff regime already, and we are going to continue with this regime.
How many cents?
They are paying between 5 and 6.8, including the extra large and the large ones. And in order for manufacturers not to pay the distributional cost of power, the Electricity Regulatory Authority
ebyo nabyo bwe bityo bwe biri ate mbufu bwe bumu omukulembeze w'eggwanga era yeeyamye obutatiiririra bannamakolero abaakuno n'ategeeza nti baakubakuuma n'okubatangira eri okuvuganya kwonna okutakola makulu okuyinza okubalemesa okugenda mu maaso naddala okuva eri amawanga agayingiza kuno ebintu bino nno abituuseeko bw'abadde asisinkanye bannamakolero ab'enjawulo naddala abali mu kibiina oba ekitongole ekimanyiddwa nga CEO Forum era nga bino byonna bibadde mu maka g'omukulembeze w'eggwanga eri Entebbe.
Tukwataganya nga biri wamu. Because if you try to have human rights alone, separate, how do you have human rights sustainably without opportunities? Because human rights, you start with the freedom from discrimination, freedom from torture, freedom from, yes, okay, if you are free, then what happens? You are supposed to work. So how do you work? So I think it's better if you are together. In the IDPs, they suffer more. Because the rich people can run and go outside and live there and then come back when things are quiet. Now, then the second, in your understanding, you should understand the importance of some mass support for the population. And there are two areas, health in terms of immunization and also basic education. So I like your idea about complaining against the continued charging of school fees in government schools. That one you should maintain. They should, because that's the best way to create equality, by enabling everybody to go to school, whether they have money or not, and to get immunized and to get health care. The next important area is wealth creation. Wealth creation. Because to get prosperity depending on government money only is not sustainable. So it's good that all families in Uganda engage in wealth creation.
Through our work, we have ensured the integration of the Sustainable Development Goals, NRM Manifest and Vision 2040 in government programs. Your Excellency, the highlights of the 9th and 10th annual reports on the state of equal opportunities are the following. We looked at responding to several petitions and public outcry. UPE and USE schools were charging fees contrary to the government policy of free education.
Ate ebyo nga biri bityo ko akakiiko akavunaanyizibwa ku mutindo gw'ebizimbe mu ggwanga kavuddeyo ne kategeeza nga bwe kagasimbaganye n'ab'ekitongole ekivunaanyizibwa okuddukanya ekibuga Kampala ki Kampala Capital City Authority okwongerawo okugoberera omutindo gw'ebizimbe wano mu Kampala ssaako n'okukakasa ani ddala ayina okuvunaanyizibwa oba n'okumenya ebizimbe eby'ekibogwe ebiba bizimbiddwa wano mu kibuga Kampala.
Emberebezi wakati w'ekibiina ekya National Building Review Board ssaako ne Kampala Capital City Authority zinyinye enkandago we babadde basisinkanye akakiiko akakwasaganya amayumba n'enguudo mu kibuga Kampala akakulibwa omubaka Kimosho. Bano we babadde balabiseeko balaze okusoomoozebwa kwe basanga era nga ekitongole kya KCCA kisuddeyo gwa naggamba okusinziira ku Executive Director w'ekitongole ekya National Building Review Board omukyala Flavia Bwire ategeezezza nti bano tebafiiriddeyo naddala ng'abantu bangi bagaanibwa okuzimba ebizimbe mu ntobazi saako ne mu nguudo n'obutaba kitiibwa oba ekibangirizi ekirekebwawo gavumenti ku nguudo.
Guidelines on building construction amidst increasing number of building related accidents. As you may be aware, there have been a number of reported building construction accidents at construction sites countrywide, including the central business district of Kampala. Building developments have largely been monitored by the local authorities with no other entity to supervise their activities. My ministry has, over the years, carried out routine inspections of ongoing construction sites in districts across the country to ascertain the level of compliance with the existing regulations. However, the level of compliance has been low, which explains the degenerating standards that has led to increase in cases of construction and fire-related accidents in buildings.
Onagenze maaso n'attotola nti ebizimbe bingi baagala okubimenya nga byazimbibwa mu bukyamu ng'ate n'ebirala tebirina pulaani mu kibuga Kampala wabula nga bakugirwa olw'okuba nti waliwo etteeka eritali lambulukufu okusinziira mu Building Control Act era nga bano bangi bannayuganda bagenze maaso n'okukola kye baagala mu maaso ga KCCA ng'eraba.
To mitigate the above challenge, the government of Uganda enacted the Building Control Act 2013 to consolidate, harmonize and amend the law relating to the erection of buildings, provide for building standards, establish a national building review board and building committees, and promote and ensure planned, decent and safe building structures that are developed in harmony with the environment and for other related matters.
Minisita wa Kampala Kyoffatogabye avuddeyo n'ategeeza nga okusomoozebwa kuno kugenda maaso era n'alaga nga wakyaliwo obunafu wabula nga bano beetaaga okwongerwamu ku bantu abalina okuyambako okulaba nga bakwasaganya emirimu gino n'amateeka ogwongera amaanyi okulaba nga gakwata ku nkoona mu bikwatagana mu nsinke z'okuzimba ebizimbe mu kibuga Kampala.
The answer is we don't have committees at division level.
By the way, you as the minister.
Why, yes, that's where I was coming. Let me help you to even answer your why. Why the divisions or Kampala KCCA is centrally managed at KCCA, which some of the members know very well, according to the Act, and they practice both. Now, what is happening, the law, that's why I was sending for it, it has provision section 35, which was supposed to devolve some powers, some activities, including structural plans and so on, at the division level, which has not been operational.
Who is supposed to do that?
The authority, still KCCA.
Wabula ye amyuka executive director w'ekibuga Kampala omwami Luyimbazi kabuze kata ateekebwe ku kulayizibwa okwogera amazima n'obutuufu bwagwo bwe bituuse ku kunnyonnyola amateeka agalina okugobererwa ng'abantu bazimba mu kibuga Kampala. Ono annyonnyoddeko ku nsonga eno bw'ati.
Singular, not plural. So now when you go to section 28, it says there is established for each district and for each urban authority a building committee, which shall be a committee of the district and urban council. Now the issue is KCCA an urban authority or district? That is what informed what goes on. What are you leading yourself?
What I'm saying is that there is...
Are you leading? What are you leading? You are an ED. How do you relate with this law in the aspect?
This informs the wisdom behind having one committee for the entire Kampala, not many committees, committees for each division.
So you want to be on record to this committee that you deliberately did not appoint committees to the divisions because you think the law dictates so.
Yes, sir. Wabula ye chairman Kimosho agenze maaso n'okulaga nga amateeka agamu gabeera nga gayisiddwamu amaaso era n'alaga obuwayiro obulina okukolebwako ng'olukiiko lw'eggwanga olukulu.
Application of other enactments. The minister may, with approval of Parliament, by statutory instrument, modify the provisions of any enactment in its application to the authority or the entities existing under the authority. 2, without prejudice to Section 1 the Local Government Act shall, with the necessary modifications, apply to the authority. Now you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The local government shall, with the necessary modifications, apply to the authority. Now you understand what I'm saying?
Ino wekijjidde nga bannayuganda bangi baliisibwa kakanja era nga n'ebizimbe bingi bizimbiddwa mu nguudo saako n'ebirala okubeera nga bisaba omusimbi mungi eri gavumenti nga bano baagala okuliyiriribwa naye nga baakola ensobi era nga n'abasinga obungi tebagendako mu kitongole kino ekikwasaganya ebyenzimba mu kibuga Kampala okufuna pulaani entuufu oba okuzimba ku mutendera ogwegutuukiridde n'amateeka. Channel 44 Olweggulo, nze Nixon Bale wano ku Parliament.
Nnyo Nixon Bale olw'emboozi eyo. Ate olunaku olw'enkya lunaku lwakuna waliwo okusaba okw'okusiigibwa amafuta okw'omulundi ogwokuna okuli wansi w'omulundi ogw'omusanvu wano ku Lubaga Miracle Center Cathedral.
The seraphims, each one had 6 wings. With twain he covered his face, and with twain he covered his feet, and with twain he did fly. So you could see, we are talking about 3-dimensional life. In fact, I'm standing here, but in 12 months from now, we are going to see you as one of the biggest exporter or importer in this country. Number 6 is so powerful. Joseph told Pharaoh, he said, Pharaoh, the Lord has just shown you what he's about to do. And Joseph, among all things, he dealt with one thing. That's the difference when your spirit, when man's spirit is hooked up with God. You don't do 20 things. You do one. And you dominate the world. We begin to see a freak of things. A freak of little things here. A freak of things. But child of God, many of us have been struggling to do a lot of things instead of majoring in one. Adam ate one fruit and see how many diseases are in the world. How many murders are committed every day? One thing he did. Jesus Christ came and did one thing. He died on the cross. See how many billions are getting saved. He came and shed his blood. Child of God, the anointing has arrived. You will do one thing, and the world will know who you are. Joseph had the anointing that attracted money from all over the world. And God kept on telling Joseph in his dream, sheaves, 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 sheaves. Yes, you are in the pit. Sheaves. Yes, you are somewhere. Yes, Potiphar's house, prison. And finally he had to deal with sheaves. People of God, God is consistent.
Katonda alemera ku kyatandise nakyo.
He won't let you go.
Tagenda kuleka genda.
He won't let you die.
Tagenda kuleka kufa.
He won't let you suffer.
Tagenda kuleka kubonaabona.
He has loved thee
akwagadde
with an everlasting love.
N'okwagala okw'olubeerera.
He will not let you go down.
Tagenda kuleka kugwa wansi.
People of God,
abantu ba Katonda.
Man consists of 6 letters.
Omuntu alimu ennukuta 6.
Listen to this.
Wulira kino.
Jacob
Yakobo
worked for 14 years for his wives.
Yakolerera bakyala be okumala emyaka 14.
14 years.
Emyaka 14.
For his wives.
Ng'akolera bakyala.
But 6 years.
Naye emyaka 6
for his wealth.
Yagimala akolera bugagga bwe.
And his freedom.
N'eddembe lye.
You didn't get it.
Tokifunye.
14.
14.
For wives. But when he began, in just 6 years, Joseph had become the richest man.
Bityo bibeera mu kusaba okwo okw'okusiigibwa amafuta wano ku Lubagamirwako Center Cathedral. Nako olw'enkya tukubiriza tosubwa jangu obeerewo mu kusaba kuno, obulamu bwo tebujja kusigala kyekimu. Ate leero bwe luli Lwakusatu waliwo okusaba okw'amasekkati ga wiiki, era omusumba Robert Kayanja waali nnyo okutukulembera mu kusaba kuno. Jangu naawe obeerewo era oleete n'abo bonna abatawaanyizibwa mu ngeri ez'enjawulo. Banaddirayo banaba bafunye enjawulo mu bulamu bwabwe. Ate nga tweyongeddeyo ekitongole ekimanyiddwa ennyo nga twaweza kivuddeyo ne kikubiriza bannansi okufuba okulaba nga babaako engeri gye beeterekera amazzi naddala mu biseera bino ng'enkuba efudde emba mu ggwanga lyattu. Bano bagamba nti mu biseera bifaananako bwe biti amazzi naddala bannansi bangi ge beesigamako okukozesa gabeera gatawaanyiziddwa oba nga gali contaminated kyewandiise mu Kinyaanyimbe, nga nabwe kityo bannansi beetaaga okubeerako n'amazzi amalungi ge bakuŋŋaanyiza ku bwabwe.
Especially when the budgeting process is starting, to guarantee that our people, especially from the household level, institutional level, can improve their water access. Because right now we see a lot of rainfall, but still the water harvesting equipments are not anywhere. Very few households can afford to harvest water. This is the season when people are waiting for it to stop raining, and then they send children to the water wells. It is very unfortunate. This is the period where members of parliament would not be requested to renovate boreholes, but it is unfortunate that our voters are calling on to help them renovate boreholes, yet it is raining. So what is the meaning of that? That we are looking at the downpour, at the rainwater, just looking at it, moving on, taking all the soils and the related soil erosion effects.
Most of those issues, that we see how best we can plan further and improve ourselves and tackle most of those challenges. I want to thank all the donors. They've come in, are very handy. They've been very supportive from the word go. Most especially the rural areas where I represent in the district, and we will continue to seek to engage them further so that they continue to support our people, most especially the local person. One may think that it's only the people in the villages who are lacking water,
even in the flow. But before we get into the full presentation, I wanted to just tell you briefly about Twaweza. Twaweza is a civil society organization operating in Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, and we work to promote local collaborative problem solving in communities and using evidence, particularly citizens' perspectives, experiences, and opinions in policy making and decision making. And we have 3 missions, and one of them is to enable the citizens' voices, interests, and experiences to be heard and taken seriously.
Areas that have even as low as 10%. So this is an average figure. So to me, I will say it is true. Rainwater harvesting.
Ebyo nabyo bwe bityo bwe biri nno abantu oba olinawo osobola okutereka amazzi gakungule oba gafune ate ogatereke onaaba osobola ogakozesa maaso eyo. Emboozi eyo efundikidde amawulire getusobodde okuŋŋanza olunaku olwaleero. Tukwebaza olw'okubanga obadde naffe okuva gye twatandikidde okutuuka wano wenga kubidde oluku mu mutwe. Nzikiriza ate nkutuuseeko ekyawandiikibwa kye tukutegekedde leero kiri mu Bagalatiya essula ey'okutaano olunyiriri olw'abirimu n'olw'abirimu essatu. Wagamba nti naye ebibala by'omwoyo kwe kwagala, okusanyuka, emirembe, okugumiikiriza, ekisa, obulungi, okukkiriza, obuwombeefu, okwegendereza, ku biringa ebyo tewali mateeka. Ekyawandiikibwa kino kikulu nnyo ddala mu lugendo lwaffe olw'obulokozi lwe tutambula. Kyefumiitirizeeko bw'oba olaba olinako ekimu ky'osuula osaba omwoyo omutukuvu akuyambe ate okwongera okutambula nabyo byonna kubanga bikulu. Nze muzaana wa Kabaka Erios Namugambe, bale kubeera naffe tukulindiridde mu kusaba.